What's up, YouTube? It's Ray from Philly on Saturday night, October 15th, and I got a package in today from PSA. I submitted 31 cards on September 24th at the Philly show to PSA. 28 went together in one order, and 3 went in a separate order because they were crossovers from other card grading companies like BGS, SGC, and another company called KSA, which I never heard of. But they came back today. I picked them up at the post office today. There's all the stuff that came in. Just got done watching the Cubs-Dodgers game 1. That was a pretty cool game. Here's my PSA order. It's a bunch of stuff that the PSA advertises when they send you here. I'll read that later. So I'm going to try and hide these grades pretty quick. Okay, the first one was an 83 Topps Tony Gwynn. Now, I already have an 83 Topps Tony Gwynn graded in a PSA 8. This one I had was in a company called KSA, and it was a 10. It was a Gem Mint 10. And PSA graded it a 6, which is really weird. I mean, I know KSA is not a big-time company. I mean, other than PSA, you know, you have BGS and SGC. Gem is not a good company. BCCG is not really a good company. And KSA I never even heard of. And I didn't think this would get a 10. But coming from a 10 from another company, I thought this would get at least a 9, at worst an 8. I really didn't think it would come back a 6. This is the second time I submitted an 83 Topps rookie to PSA and came back a 6. The first time was the Boggs, but that's all right. I have an 8 and a Gwynn, so I give it a shot. This was a crossover for the Bonds, and this is an upgrade. This is very, very good. This was in an SGC 9, and PSA came back a 9 as well. I guess because they figure SGC is a more reputable company than whatever Gwynn was with KSA. So I have a PSA 8 for my 300 greatest cards of the 20th century. And this is definitely an upgrade to go from an 8 to a 9, so I'm very happy about that. So that's cool. And the other one was a 90 leaf Sammy Sosa that was in a BGS 9. And PSA came in with a 9, so that's good. It didn't go down, it stayed the same. And I'm very happy about this. And this is also in the 300 Greatest Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. So that's cool. So I'm happy. These were the 3 crossover cards: the Gwynn, the Bonds, and this 90 leaf Sammy Sosa. So I'll be upgrading the Bonds in my PSA set registry for the 300 greatest cards tonight, going from an 8 to a 9. I'll be adding this because it was a BGS 9 and now it's a PSA 9, so that's very good. So I'm happy about that. And it's time for my reading on the 300 Greatest Cards of the 20th Century book. And I'm going to go to the 87 Fleer Bonds to see why they have that. I guess because it's the all-time Home Run Kings rookie card. Why else would that be in there? See what they say. I'm just curious because I never actually read that one. Hold up, just getting close to it here. Okay, here it is. Okay, it says Bonds is the first member of the 400 home run, 400 stolen base club and has a shot at being the first 500. Now, remember, this was written in 1999. Bonds is Willie Mays' godson and someone who inherited Mays' baseball genes, even if it was by osmosis. The 87 Fleer Bonds is a key card to own from the 1980s. And finding a clean card is difficult because of the solid blue border. So that's why they have that one in there. And then page forward to the 90 Leaf. Sammy Sosa. Let's get to the 90s here real quick. I'm up to 92. I passed them. There's 91. And there's 90 Leaf. He's right next to the Frank Thomas. And it says, in a matter of a few months during the 1998 season, this card was getting as much publicity within the hobby community as the 1985 Topps Mark McGwire card. While Sosa was chasing Maris and McGwire during the great home run chase of 98, collectors were pulling this card out of commons and semi-stars boxes where it had resided for years. And with each shot Sammy sent into the night, those same collectors looked at this card and saw Slammin' Sammy bunting. And keep in mind, again, this was written in 1999. Of course, Sammy, who knows if he'll ever get into the Hall of Fame. Big-time steroid allegations against him. It's a shame because he was a great player. So who knows? And I already read the Gwynn one when I had the 83 Topps PSA 8. So there you have it. I got the other box back there that has the other 28 cards that I'm going to open tomorrow. That's going to be a lot longer video. I figure I'll do the small box tonight with the 3 crossovers. So you got the 83 Gwynn in a 6, which I'll probably sell because I have it in an 8. An upgrade for the 87 Fleer Bonds from an 8 to a 9. And a crossover from a BGS 9 to a PSA 9 on the 90 Leaf Sosa. So there you have it. I'll be adding these 2 tonight for sure. And I appreciate everyone's comments. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do the other 28 greatest cards that go into the 300 great cards of the 20th century. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow.